Ball spotted at the 14-yard line now for the Panthers. On the march here. Steady diet of Jules Goff. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you here tonight at Central, where we have a great crowd. Wonderful night for football as we get ready to enter into October. Nace to Goff, fakes it.
There's your boot we're talking
Pass
about.
Out, near side. Is that going to be Carter Vaughn again? And it is going to be Vaughn, and Vaughn worms his way down near the 6-yard line.
Not really
nice
a
call
boot,
there.
but play action, yeah. Play action, get somebody on the edge there, get him the ball out on space, and let him do something.
Kind of almost that cross-buck look again, wasn't it?
Yeah, fake one way, and you're throwing the opposite way. The quarterback stayed in the pocket on the pass, but a nice little simple pass route that's going to get the ball in space to an athletic receiver.
2nd down, 4 to go.
You know who's getting the ball now? Oh, a boot. There's our boot.
And a bootleg. Brooklyn Nace, who doesn't run that often, throws the end zone. Intercepted by Dallastown. Wow. Dallastown intercepts in the end zone as everybody was kind of caught off guard for a moment. What a great job by Dallastown, and it was Michael Scott. We said he wanted to get into the game. Well, he's in it now with this interception.
As a quarterback, all young quarterbacks out there, you got to be extremely careful when you go fast one way. You're, in this case, rolling to his left. The quarterback decided to throw the ball over the middle late. Anytime you throw the ball over the middle late, there's a very good chance that some defender could step in front and pick it, and you got it right there. Huge play for the Wildcats defense.
And the first turnover of the year for Brooklyn Nace, his first interception thrown. He had been 0 through the first 5 games, so now Dallastown gets it back and a chance to build a little momentum right here. There's your handoff. Nothing doing along the line of scrimmage. No gain. May have lost a half a yard, maybe gained a half a yard. There you go. 2nd down, let's call it 9. 8:20 to go here in the first half. And right now, if you're Dallastown, you're surviving and you're trying to prosper a little bit, get something going here for.
Yes, the great thing is running the football at choose clock. You're only down by 4 points here. You're deep in your own territory after the turnover.
We watched the running plays that attack the left side coming down the field. Let's see if they start to do that again here.
Trips into the boundary.
Kisner. And almost an interception there as Kisner was looking out in the flat. Had a guy out there and could not hook up with Shamar Smith. Lucky he didn't have it intercepted. It was one of those situations, you watch a young quarterback, he looked at him the whole time. You never had any doubt about where it was going to go.
Well, the coverage was a good point. The coverage was really good for Central. All receivers out on routes were blanketed, basically, and that's a situation you don't want to force it. We talked about it earlier. Young quarterback, take what the defense gives you. Throwing the ball away is not a bad thing on 2nd down.
Now it's 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Kisner. Central's going to be coming on this one.
Shovel pass.
Inside shovel pass. Nice concept, bouncing forward for maybe a gain of 3. We'll bring up a 4th down now for Dallastown. As the inside shovel pass was to Mahoney. Mahoney, nice conceived play. Mahoney's a big guy, can maybe get you a few yards in there, but not going to get you a 1st down on that play.
Especially faking the ball to your skill guy, Scott, and then throwing the shovel. I really liked it. You're right, Gary. And Central read it really well, though, and forcing a punt. Now let's see if we've had 2 bad punts so far for Dallastown. Let's see where this one goes.
Mahoney wants to get one out of there. Plenty of time on this one. Mahoney lets that one go. That's a pretty good punt. But Carter Vaughn mishandles it, and everybody down on Vaughn as he loses it all the way back to the 36, and another mistake for Central.
You know, you think you're ready as a coaching staff. You got your team's undefeated. You got them ready to play good football, and all of a sudden the miscues start happening. That's what Coach Johnchek and his staff is seeing right now.
And there isn't anybody with surer hands on this team than Carter Vaughn.
Yes, and a few plays earlier, what happened? You have a quarterback who hasn't thrown an interception all game, and he forces a ball over the middle late, and it gets picked.
Hasn't thrown one all year. I mean, you know, you talk about a guy that has been mistake-free, and today, on a play where you thought Goff would probably get it, go to the end zone, they throw it. So here's Brooklyn Nace back now. The sophomore quarterback, hands off. Goff over the right side. Goff bangs into his own guy. Fights for a couple extra yards out past the 45, maybe to the 46. 6:45 as the clock continues to roll. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, so Jack G and Balvo halftime report. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you, our whole Invicta crew here tonight. As it'll be second down now.
Gary, on that play, Goff's run, the right side of the offensive line for Central really did a nice job just getting their initial blocks and holding their blocks.
Second down, a long 2. Again, Goff getting it, and Goff through the middle, looking to break one open all the way out to the 40, down to the 40-yard line now. 15 yards on the carry.
If we can get a replay of that, you'll see Goff put his foot down and plant and cut like a big-time Division I running back does, and that was it right there. Here it comes. Watch, he gets about 5 yards untouched, and watch him plant with his right foot. Boom. Doesn't lose much speed and just avoids the tackler.
Just amazing. 6:03 to go, 1st and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line now. Central on the march.
Empty set.
Empty backfield this time. Handoff coming around the corner. That was Goff in a different look that time. On kind of the jet sweep, fake jet, a little bit of a jet sweep, and Goff gets in there and finds another way to get more yardage.
And because the quarterback just gently flipped it to him forward, that's actually a forward pass on the stat line.
So a good way to use your best running back in a different kind of look and get the defense to have to react. 35-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
Central looks definitely to be one of the top 4 teams in the 6A bracket of District 3 at this point.
There's the fake this time, and out to Carter Vaughn. Carter Vaughn across the 30. Carter Vaughn inside the 30, down near the 27. So again, faking it that time to Goff and throwing it out to Carter Vaughn in the flat, who, as we said, is maybe the most sure-handed guy on this Central team.
Team that I think would really match up, a great matchup for Central would be the Harrisburg Cougars if they meet in the playoffs. But above those two teams, undoubtedly, is from Lancaster County, the Manheim Township Blue Streaks. Coach Mark Evans has a heck of a squad this year.
57-0, they beat this Dallastown team. Give you an idea how good they are. There's Goff. Goff gets jammed at the line. Goff still finds a way to maybe get a half yard. So it'll be 2nd down, and let's call it a long 9 coming up here for Central. It ticks down to 5 minutes now. Don't forget Matthew Parker is out there, who's got some big-time range. They're probably close to his range right now.
A surprising score last week was at Central Dolphins Field, the team that Central York beat 45-35. It was a 31-13 win for State College, who was in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth during the regular season.
Here's Nace. Goff gets it again. Goff slams right down the middle, and Goff down near the 20-yard line, just short of the first down by about 2 yards. Central content to go on the ground. Plenty of time right here as they're chewing up clock. 4:28 to go here in the first half.
Over a decade ago, Gary, State College was in the District 3 playoffs, but they're still in the Mid-Penn, but they play their own playoff bracket in their region. So they will not be in the District 3 playoffs for the last numerous years.
We're in District 6.
District 6, that's right.
So it'll be 3rd down now and 5 for the Panthers.
And they surely don't have much competition there at the 6A level.
No, they don't.
Very few teams there. There's the pulling guards.
Goff trying to find a way to get through, and Goff's going to get brought down short of 1st down yardage. Will bring up 4th and probably a long 1 or a short 2.
With the good leg, their kicker, Coach Janchik, could elect for the field goal, but I'm
thinking right now he wants to lay the gauntlet down. Let's wait and see. He says, let's go for it. As Nace comes back out there. 4th down and 3 yards to go here for this Central team. Do you hand it off to Goff? Timeout for Dallastown. We'll take one as well. It's 3:31 to go in the half. Big play coming up when we come back right here on High School Sports Live TV.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
3:31 to go to the half right now, and it's a 4th down and 3. 4th down and 3 as Central has the football. So what do you call here, Coach? You got Goff sitting back there who can pick up a lot of yards, but he got stopped the last time here short of the 1st down. So everybody's going to be looking for him. Do you have a pass to Vaughn maybe in your playbook?
Yeah, I think the best bet is play action to Goff and try to hit number 4.
That's Carter Vaughn.
Carter Vaughn, yep. He's getting the ball in Vaughn's hands. He makes things happen. He's a good route runner.
So here you have it. Goff in the backfield there with
6-man front. They're spreading them out. Then maybe to get the ball to the running back, and there's 6 guys in the box.
Trying to open up the senior, get that big front line open for Goff. And there it goes. Goff's going to get it. Goff across. Goff near the first down. He's brought down, I think, short of the first down. Let's wait and see what the official has to say. It was very, very close.
I thought he got it. Dallastown saying it's their ball. Yep, he got the first down.
So it should be probably a first down here. Let's see. Yeah, Dallastown looks like they're resigned to being on defense a little bit longer. So there it is. First down. Ball at the 17-yard line. Central picks it up. It was hard, though. Dallastown's defense playing a really good first half.
Got Vaughn in the backfield with Goff right now. Split backs.
They hand it off to Carter Vaughn. Carter Vaughn off the far side. Carter Vaughn dives inside the 15 down near the 14-yard line as the clock continues to roll with 2:57 to go here in the first half.
And if you're Central, there's no need to rush here. You want to give Dallastown as little time as possible. So plenty of time for Central here around the 14-yard line. Second down.
2nd and 7 now for the Panthers.
2 timeouts left. Clock almost to 2:30.
You got to think you're going to see number 0 a little bit more. Here he comes, trying to find a spot. Dallastown gets him out here, and a loss on the play. Great job of stretching that play out by Dallastown, as there was no one at home to take care of things. And for Dallastown, the charge led that time by Riley Rohrbach.
And Brandon Bear, the junior linebacker, stretched that out. Really nice team defense in the red zone by Dallastown several times so far in the first half.
This would be huge if Dallastown can get a stop here. 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. Ball at the 15-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if they run it to the left there, too.
They got Vaughn in motion. He gets figured in a lot of plays here. Nace getting smelled out right there. Nace being boxed in. Nace trying to get out of trouble. And Nace is going to be run out of bounds all the way back at the 15, maybe 16-yard line. What a job by Dallastown laterally right now.
Very good defensive effort. Hemmed him in. Really good coverage in the secondary. I'm really impressed with this Dallastown team. I did not expect, after seeing a lot of their scores and knowing the guys that they lost from last year, for them to be able to stay in this game the entire first half, but they have been.
And there is number 6, Matthew Parker, heading on out there, and he is going to kick, or make an attempt to kick the field goal here. The ball's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line, which makes it a 35-yard field goal. Parker has big-time range, kicked 60 in a Penn State prospect camp this past summer. Snap down, kick up. Long enough. Is it good? You betcha. 10-3. Central takes the lead, but almost a victory there for Dallastown in stopping them from a touchdown on a big-time drive.
No doubt about it. When a Central York offense is 1st and 10 from inside the 15, and you come up big like that and push them back and force a field goal, that's impressive.
Parker with a 35-yard field goal here at the 1:35 mark of the second quarter. And Central has a touchdown lead, but not what they wanted. They probably wanted to get in there, obviously, for a touchdown. And Parker shows off that nice foot again. No problem with that range.
Last week, Gary, Travis Sparks and I did the game for High School Sports Live at Cumberland Valley. Harrisburg had a 7-0 lead at halftime. Cumberland Valley returned the opening second half kickoff for a touchdown to make it 7-7. Harrisburg scored 35 unanswered to win 42-7 with a lot of big plays. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here.
Right.
But I'm saying Dallastown is doing a really good job competing and battling in the first half. Can they bring it for the second and still execute to this level? We'll see.
And those are the big questions right now for Dallastown, too. 1:35 to go yet in this half, and hoping that maybe they can get something going. But the biggest thing they want to do is take care of the football. Down 10-3 in a game a lot of people thought might not be this close here at the half.
Yes, and you, along with taking care of the ball, get yourself out closely to the 35 or farther on this kickoff return.
Look at this, Chet. Parker out of the end zone. That's big-time ability right there.
Absolutely.
Matthew Parker with a bomb. So 2 good field goals in this game so far. One for Dallastown and one for Central. Obviously, Matthew Parker with his. And then Wasif Mea, rather, with his kick. of 33 yards for a touch or for a field goal for the only point so far for Dallastown in this game. 1:35 to go in the half. Our Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up at halftime. We'll also have a special interview with John Giambalvo from the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Really interesting one because John has given back and his family has given back so much to the community here, especially here at Central in the sports community. So
2 wide receivers wide to each side.
So Kisner says, I'm going to get it out the flat. Man, nice pass. Bullet out there. Out over the 30, across the 40. And a nice job there by Kisner. Quick play and then step out of bounds and you have some time to go.
Coaching quarterbacks have always said, throw on rhythm in the short game, and this ball is on rhythm.
Antonio Bordenada, the first time anybody's caught a ball tonight other than Mahoney.
Yeah, really nice pass and catch and run after the catch. And he got out of bounds to stop the clock at 1:27. They're already out to the 40.
So up to the 40-yard line. Kisner looking again. Kisner.
Hitch and go.
Downfield. He's got a man down who just overthrows him slightly. Well guarded down the field, though. Central. Good guard on the play there by Central. And Kyle Groman was back there guarding for the Panthers. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. But I'll tell you what, they're not afraid to test Central secondary right now.
No, they're not. And those are pretty much safe plays. It's going to either be a catch or incomplete on that.
You make sure the only guy who can catch that ball is your guy. Really impressed with Kisner's arm, but as you said, maybe a little bit more rhythm right now, getting into that game a little bit more. But he's got some openings. Here's Kisner, 2nd down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Kisner straight back. Kisner flushed out of the pocket. Kisner looks across, finds his man crossing. That's Scott. Scott's going to get a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play out to the 44-yard line.
Nice job offensively by Dallastown. Unfortunately, their skill guy got the ball, but he had no room to get upfield because he was hitting the sidelines.
Which brings up 3rd down and 6 now, ball at the 44-yard line. 1:15 to go in the half. Good football game here so far. A couple little miscues, but outside of that, well played.
Another double slot set.
You almost sense Kisner getting a little bit more confidence every single play as he guns it out, looking for his man out in the flat.
The ball was there. He's got to catch that. 17's got to catch that for Dallastown.
That was
Nick White.
Shamar Smith he was looking for out there, could not hook up with him, and so they turn it over. And Central now with 1:09 to go here in the first half. So they've still got time to get something going, especially if Vaughn can get any kind of run back. And, of course, the punt so far has been an adventure here.
Yes, the last punt was good, though.
The last punt was very good. So Jack Mahoney back to do the punting again. Needs a good one here. Wants to reverse the field. Here comes a whole bunch of Central guys, and Mahoney gets it away, and he hopes to get a roll, and does. It rolls inside the 20, inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line, and a great job by Mahoney on that punt. 55.9 seconds to go here in the first half. How does Central take this? Do they start to try to move it very quickly, or do they run it out and see what happens? And that's the question for Jerry Yonchik right here as he sends his Panthers back out there with Brooklyn Nace.
One thing you could do here is just get the ball in your stud running back's hands, but you could also do it a different way, maybe on a draw play or even a screen.
So let's see if they hand it off here to Mr. Goff, who has come close to breaking a couple open here in the first half, but they've caught him. They've really focused in on him well. And there he comes.
There's that cross buck.
Little cross buck play, and against Dallastown, equal to the task here.
And we'll have one, what looks like one more play, Gary.
Colby Lockman leading the tackle for Dallastown.
Because of the negligible gain, I think Central's just happy to run one more play and get in the locker room.
And if they get lucky and break loose, so be it.
If you're Dallastown, you want to make sure you get back and don't let anybody behind you.
They got Shamar Smith back deep right now. So there's the handoff again. No.
It is.
Yep, it is the handoff, straightforward. And again, looking like they're content to go to the locker room with the lead, 10-3. Coming down to 15 seconds right now, may not run another play. And I think that's where we're going to stand here, heading into the locker room as Brooklyn Nace walking off the field right now. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that's it. And we are going to head to the half. But before we do that, we have a special interview with John Giambalvo from Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. It's 10-3 at the half. Your Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up right after that. All here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
I'm excited to be here with Tom Couch, the Vice President for the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Tom, you and your staff have served this community in so many ways over the years. High School Sports Life thanks you for being a part of what we do, but you served the York area community a lot longer than just us. Talk about how excited you guys are to keep this tradition going.
You know, Jack Giambalvo started the business in the early 70s, and you know, he was born and raised in York, and this is where he wanted to start his company and grow it, and he's done a fabulous job with it. And you know, we have 10 different franchises in 4 locations, so we've grown to a point where Jack has always wanted to make sure, and his son John, to give back to the community. And so we look at High School Sports Live as an opportunity to give back and also have an awareness to our company with the young kids today.
The new Mazda dealership is, man, this is state of the art. Not only are you selling cars out of here, but you're giving people in the community job opportunities. Talk about the uniqueness of the job opportunities. It's the VOTEC kid at high school, it's the college graduate. Talk about those opportunities.
You know, in the world we live in today, it's tough being a young person today, and we realize that. And so some of the involvement areas that we focus on is, for example, the trade schools. And with the younger kids with VOTEC, they have an opportunity to learn a trade. So for example, in our service department, being a technician, the days of just be replacing spark plugs, filters, no, now it's very technologically advanced with computer skills. So we're involved with the kids from the VOTEC side with learning a trade of being a technician, and then also from the business side, if young people love cars and they've always been around cars and they just can see themselves, you know, having a career, being a salesperson can be very lucrative, and also you get to meet a lot of great people because everybody buys a car.
Now you guys have also been creatively having to put people in cars. It's not just the new car, it's the used car, it's the max dollars on trade-ins. Talk about that, Tom. What does that look like right now for people in general?
Yeah, the supply chain issue we have in our world today affects us also, but what we try to do to be transparent with the customer is every car that we have committed from the factory to build, we have that on our website so people can come see what we have coming in. So we may not have 200 cars on ground right now, but there's availability for people to match their needs from new and used cars.
That's awesome.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Thanks for watching Mr. Pickles again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude. Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you? Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows. He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Welcome back to Central York High School. It's our Jack Giambalvo halftime report, and at the half, 10-3, Central York leading the Panthers, or the Panthers leading the Dallastown Wildcats. Man, cats everywhere you look here tonight, Fort Chapman. I'm Gary Sutton alongside of Fort Chapman here at the half, and a well-played first half. And you take a look at what went on in the first half here. You said that Dallastown, to have a chance to win this football game, had to go pretty much mistake-free tonight. Well, they've done that so far. And for Central, 3 big errors so far in the game, an interception, 3 penalties for 15 yards, and a muff punt.
Yeah, the intercept in the end zone was big, and then that muff punt early gave Dallastown the ball back after their initial possession.
You talked about Dallastown, how impressed you've been so far, but Central 168 yards to 71 in total yardage so far. You think, well, they're going to run away with the game. Not so fast. It's been a good Dallastown defense here that has really done a good job, and even stopping Parker to 3 points on the 35-yard field goal was a big victory for them.
How many penalties for Dallastown?
0.
0.
Yeah. And that's what you're looking at here tonight. So we're going to take a look, first of all, at our Capital Blue Cross at AT&T first-hand stats in just a moment. But our Capital Region highlights right here. And we had a number of good ones here in the first half. Let's take a look at them right now. And this one was a big one. Wasif Maya with the opening field goal here for Dallastown. It gave them the lead at the 2:43 mark of the first quarter. Central comes right back, though, and you talk about a great pass. It snates down to Preston Fink, who catches it, almost has to take it away, but grabs it and pulls it in on a 35-yard pass. Central marches back down the field. Big time play. There you see it again. Same play we just saw a moment ago to Fink for the touchdown. And now you've got Nace rolling left. He hasn't had an interception all year long, no turnover, and there in the end zone is Michael Scott picking it off. That would have been a 14-3 lead for Central. Instead, Dallastown gets it back. And then Central gets it back one more time, 35-yarder from Matthew Parker to post the 10-3 score here at the half. And there you see our halftime stats right here. 111-46 Central lead in that category. Jules Goff accounting for most of those.
And even though you are almost 100 total yards under what Central is, the underdog Wildcats are playing more error-free football, and thus they're able to stay in the football game so far.
You look at that number over on the right, 1 turnover, big one in the end zone there, Nace's interception to Scott, and then 3 penalties for 15 yards. On the other side, big zeros where they count right now for Dallastown, which is the reason they're hanging around in this game and fighting back, and that defense has been stellar so far here for the Wildcats.
2 things for Dallastown, the underdog here for the second half. Get the ball in number 1's hands, and also those big targets, the other big guys down the seams, they come close to hit some big seam routes. Try to get a few of those for the second half and move those chains.
How about Kisner so far? Every down you watch him, you look like he's gaining a little bit of confidence. This kid stands up tall and looks for the passes. He had some openings and just missed them by a little bit.
I'm really impressed with his ability and his poise as a sophomore. His ability to run, pass, not force anything, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
On the other side, you feel like Jules Goff is a volcano ready to kind of explode at any moment. He gets into that secondary. People have corralled him so far tonight, but he can get a big run anytime he'd like.
No doubt.
It's going to be an interesting second half coming up here in a moment. We'll continue with our Jack Giambalvo halftime report and more coming up in the third quarter right after this.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo number 1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Breaker box's toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen, if you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
And welcome back to our Jack Giambalvo halftime report. And stay tuned to catch Todd Sadowski and his sports team on Football Frenzy on Fox, reporting all the scores in South Central PA coming up on the Fox Sports News tonight. That'll be 11 o'clock. And coming up after the game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report featuring Capital Region Insurance Agency Play of the Game and the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, all here on High School Sports Live 3 and Fox 43. Some of the individual numbers of the first half here for Chapman. Kisner, 4 for 13 for 25 yards, 5 rushes for 30 yards. Smith, the running back, had 5 rushes for 12 yards for Central. Quarterback Nace, Brooklyn Nace, 5 for 6 for 57 yards. He had that 1 interception and 1 touchdown pass to Preston Fink. And then Goff with 19 rushes for 108 yards in the first half. You wouldn't have thought he got 108, but it was a quiet 108, and yet it's, another day at work for him.
Sure. It's not often we're talking about football, and I'm going to go to the band, but I'll tell you what, this Dallastown band did a heck of a job there, and the Central York crowd was really happy with that. And why Central York is really into the band scene, they have all their middle school band kids here. They have a boatload of them, and they're all playing with their high school kids they're looking up to, and they did a great job in the early going with the national anthem and the pregame, and it's just nice to see. It's a great, the bands, the cheerleaders, the whole bit at high school football in the state of Pennsylvania. For decades, it's been a wonderful thing.
And tonight at Central, it is band night at Central.
Yes.
So they have all the bands out here tonight that are around, and Dallastown with a great sound. Of course, Central's always had that over the years, and so both those schools doing themselves proud here at halftime as well as during the course of the football game. So very quickly, starting the second half, what's the game plan here for Central? What's the game plan for Dallastown?
Okay, with Central, this is the expectation. They're going to come out, mix run and pass. Goff's going to get a few big runs. They're going to do some play action, hit some big pass plays, and put up probably what you would think, at least about three touchdowns for the second half. Dallastown, they have to limit Goff's big runs, which they've done. Even though Goff had, they didn't give up the huge play. And they got turnover in the red zone was big for Dallastown. What I'm expecting Dallastown to do, as I alluded to earlier, is get the ball in number one's hands, Michael Scott. They got to get him be able to catch and run after the catch is going to be big. And continue not to turn the football over.
So we're just about ready to start the third quarter here, and it is 10-3, 2:58 to go as both teams back out on the field right now and warming up and getting ready to go. One of the things that I think is the X factor in the second half has got to be Kisner. Kisner looked to me like he was gaining more and more confidence as the first half wore on. He had a great run to get out of trouble, but the passing, he had a lot of people dropping balls that were thrown on target.
He had a couple of those, and he also had a couple passes that he could have completed with a little bit more touch.
Right.
Instead of being 4 for 13 right now, with those two entities we talked about, he could be 8 for 13, 9 for 13, which would be a world of difference.
For one of the things, you've worked with quarterbacks for the years, for a long time. What do you teach him? He's a sophomore. He's gotten pushed into first-time duty here after the Manheim Township game and the injury to the original quarterback. What kind of things are you teaching him in terms of the mentality of quarterbacking?
The first thing I'm going to say to him in the locker room is just keep playing with poise and confidence. And there's no, you can tell from a distance, there's no lacking in those two areas. And his ability not to turn the ball over and to just run the show as a sophomore, he has a lot of promise as a signal caller. And I'm going to talk to him about, hey, you got to, as we mentioned, put a little bit of loft on some of these passes, but you got to be careful you don't overcoach him right now, because then all of a sudden he puts some loft under it and a D-back runs up and makes the play, or maybe picks the ball. So you got to be careful you don't do too much and put too much in his brain. I'm just really going to focus on the intangible. Hey, keep playing with confidence, play like we've been coaching you, and rally the troops and get the ball in the end zone and get us back in this football game. We can tie this thing up with one touchdown. And the longer, I'm telling my whole team, the longer the longer we can stay in this game, the pressure's on the favorite.
Yeah, you look at the numbers. They average 18.4 points a game, does Dallastown. Give up 26.4 a game. Now, you got Central. They average 36.8 points a game. They give up 9.8. And yet here we are, 10-3 at the half. A lot of people may be surprised by this score. And yet I don't think the Dallastown kids are. They came out here to play for pride tonight, and they've really stuck it to Central defensively. And even with Goff, who got 108 yards in the first half, he didn't break any big ones.
No. And I was able to watch Dallastown up close down there on the field during the second half of their pregame. And they look like a focused football team, and a team that was really excited to come in here and compete. And if you're the Dallastown coaching staff, you got to be so pleased with your kids just battling against a team that is a heavy favorite.
Don't you get like that when you play like a Harrisburg, a Manheim Township, a Central, and you want to measure who you are and where you're at halfway through the season right now? It's hard to believe we're halfway through the season, but that's what you want to do, is measure where you are. And if you're Dallastown tonight, by the first half, you measure up pretty good.
No doubt, but you got to, if you're also Dallastown, you got to expect Central York's big punch coming here next, and they're going to try to knock you down on the canvas using a boxing analogy, and they're going to try to do it here in the third quarter and get up by 2-3 scores.
And one of the things with Dallastown, you got to keep the score low here if you want to have a chance. For Central, you want to put it out in those numbers, 35 a game we talk about.
Sure.
That's where they live most of the time, and that means 25 points the second half, 3 touchdowns plus. So we'll see what's going to give here as this young Coach Murphy here for Dallastown, his second year, 26 years old when he was hired, doing an excellent job building this club. He was 4-6 last year, but right now they're 2-3, and they're trying to make a big step forward. Tonight, on the other side, Central, they're used to this. I mean, they haven't lost a game like in 5 years in the league.
How about it?
And what a monumental group Coach Janchik has built here. I mean, you look at a Bo Prabula every week playing for Penn State, guys like that playing in a state championship game a few years back. I mean, you're looking at a team that's championships are part of their regular season schedule.
No doubt about it. And let's get back to our trivia.
Go ahead.
What conference, or I told you the conference Texas is going to go into, obviously. The SEC.
Right.
The LSU Tigers very rarely wear purple at home. They'll wear it maybe once a year. They like to wear white both places. The funniest thing, Steve Spurrier, when he coached Florida, he said, I'll get them. When they come to Florida, we're going to wear white, and we're going to make them wear purple in the swamp, which was a cool thing back in the day. Steve Spurrier, your 1966 Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback at Florida, number 11. 30 years later, Danny Werfel won the Heisman at Florida for Steve Spurrier, and they won the national title.
Wow. And here's the kickoff from Scott. Big-time kickoff down off Carter Vaughn out of the end zone, and Central's going to get it at the 20. So Scott doesn't let a run back happen, and I didn't know Scott had that kind of foot.
The one advantage of the two really bad punts by Dallastown early in the game, it didn't give the number 4 for Central York, who has a lot of ability out in the open field, a chance to do anything.
Right.
And that kickoff proved the same thing.
Short
the more
pass
you can
plays.
limit, the more you can limit number 4's touching the ball, the better off you are.
Let's see if you see any changes here to start second half for Central. And the first change you're going to see is the Wildcat from Goff. Right up the middle, and Goff all the way out near the 28-yard line. So no Brooklyn Nace right away. It was Goff taking it directly.
Little change up by Central. Just getting the ball right to Goff's hands and seeing what he can do. You're spreading the offense out. You're getting a blocker at the point of attack, and it's almost like having you don't have a 12th man. You almost have like a half an extra man compared to the defense on that.
I think they're going to do it again. Exactly what they're going to do. Just going to power it forward and take that big offensive line, and Goff gets chewed up this time beneath the 30-yard line, so maybe a yard short of a first down. They did this last year against York High. Remember, we did that game.
Yes.
And they went to the Wildcat almost exclusively in the second half and wore York High down. So 3rd down and 1.
Overload to the right side of the offense. Look for him to go that way.
Again, it's all Wildcat right now. And there he goes, off the right side, Goff through the hole, and there it is. And everybody up on the line, you got to watch that because he gets past that second man, he's off to the races.
Yeah, always a concern when it's a 3rd or 4th and short, Gary. You're right. If you jam the line of scrimmage trying to get a no gain, he breaks through that initial spot, he could be gone.
So it looks like Jerry Uncheck has said, let's power up, guys. Front line, go forward, and we're going to get our guy behind you. And hope for one of those little runs of 2 or 3 or 4 yards to turn into a run to the end zone. 3rd quarter here, Central leads 10-3, ball at the 36-yard line, first down. And they have stuck right now. Did this last year. We saw him do it a couple times. Here he comes. Give him a little seam. Dallastown doing a pretty good job, but still 3 and 4 yards at the shot. And Central's just saying, we're going to impose our will on you with that offensive line.
Going back to some old school. It's not old school from the chance we're in shotgun and they have 2 lead blockers. That's where the old school comes in. Even though there's not a quarterback under center, you're getting your best player on the field the ball, the best player on the field for either team, and he's just running vertically, north-south.
Just power on power, 2nd down and 5, ball at the 41-yard line for the Panthers.
Coming left here.
Here he comes. And again, slashing near this side. He gets out about the 45-yard line, comes up about a yard short of the first down. They'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Panthers.
We look like we have a little leg injury here for an offensive lineman for Central.
So lineman down on the field for the moment. We'll take a very quick break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Thanks for watching, Mr. Pickles, again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude. Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you? Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows. He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo #1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Player being helped off the field right now for the Central York Panthers from that offensive line is Raiden Bell. Raiden Bell, number 77, and looks like a right knee.
275-pound senior.
Yeah.
Hate to see this.
Oh, you don't like to see anybody go down.
And he's not putting much weight on it, and it's just hopefully it's not a bad one.
So we get back to play now, 9:47 to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 1, ball at the 45-yard line of Central, and they've gone total Wildcat, and it doesn't look like that's about to change anytime soon. Jules Goff takes it right over the middle, 1st down and more as he gets in behind that front line and pushes it out over the 50-yard line down into Dallastown territory. Jerry Yunchek has just basically said it's going to be power, guys.
And that was the message at halftime. I like the move, especially when you have a runner like Goff.
When you're doing this, too, you're also eating clock. Dallastown doesn't get to get on the field and get a chance to catch up.
And I don't know if Goff can throw, but I'll tell you what, eventually they start sucking the defense in, sucking him in. All of a sudden he starts to run forward, holds up, and throws a pop pass to a tight end or a flanker.
There's Goff again, and there he is, getting opened almost, gets tripped up, but down near the 40-yard line, close to another 1st down. Jules Goff just running behind that line. It looks like he might have gotten enough to get the 1st down here, depending on the spot.
Gain of 9.
And they're going to say it'll be 2nd down and a short 1.
With the tackle for the Wildcats.
So for the moment, they put Brooklyn Nace on witness protection, and they've got Jules Goff just handling the duty and saying, give it to him and run, young fella. 8:49 to go in the third quarter. It's been all Central the whole time. Goff again. Goff just hunting a hole. And Goff just powering forward. Another 1st down here for Central as they're starting to pile them up down to the 36-yard line here for the Panthers. Last year, I remember I think the quarterback was hurt for Central, and they used Goff the whole second half like this against William Penn. So it'll be 1st down and 10 now for the Panthers as they have rolled down the 37-yard line of Dallastown. Goff again, 2 blockers. Goff trying to hop off the far side, looking for a hole. Dances inside the 35, near the 34. Not much of the play, but maybe 3 more yards.
That's like a stretch play that the quarterback will give the ball to the Oregon State, who's playing tonight. They do a really good job running that stretch. And it's going to be tough for Utah to stop them tonight with, you run that stretch well with a really good back, but you can come back with a stretch bootleg and some other things. You can't do that here because Goff is the guy that's getting the snap.
And the more fatigue that defense gets, the more those holes starting to open up a little bit, those slivers that he's looking for. He's just hunting right now for a sliver to get through. Here's Goff again.
Bad snap.
Drop ball, bad snap. Does Dallastown cover it?
No, still Central's ball, but I'll tell you what. There's an example of a defense bending but not breaking, and now they put Central in a 3rd, and they're going to go to a normal set here on 3rd and 7.
So here comes Brooklyn Nace back into the game now. First play he has played here in the second half, so we're down to 7:18. And a passing situation here, it looks like. 3rd and 7.
Example of a shotgun snap, not getting back to the guy you intended to.
Bouncing off legs, and Central came up lucky with a bounce. Here's Brooklyn Nace. Almost exclusively a passer in this situation. Nace looking. Nace flushed out of pocket. Throws his man, has a man out there in the flat. And a 1st down. Nice job by Nace to find his man and gets down to the 15-yard line.
Player down for Dallastown trying to make that tackle. He's up now.
Pass was to Colin Gurley that time for Central. Gurley, just the safety man, gets to the 15-yard line, and it's a first down here for Central with 6:49 to go in the third quarter.
Dallastown lost track of that receiver on the sidelines. They dropped back into a deep zone, and nobody located him, and big pass play and catch.
Now you come right back to your Wildcat again.
They're not doing it. They're going double slot.
Looks like they're going to Wildcat. That's Goff there at the quarterback.
No, they got the
I'll make
quarterback.
that. No, they do have Nace back in there. Forgive me. There's Goff. Goff, what a stop. Goff stopped and cut across. There's that left foot again you talked about, just pushing off on a dime. I've rarely had as much fun watching a guy run in close quarters as you watch Goff do it.
Sure.
You're going to get 3 or 4 yards.
He's a Pitt recruit. The 1976 Heisman Trophy winner from Pitt did the same thing. Tony Dorsett could put his foot in the ground at Hopewell High School out of Pittsburgh.
And then became Tony Dorsett.
That's right. As soon as he went to the Cowboys, and they won the Super Bowl his first year there, the 77 season. Over the
Second and 5 at the 14-yard line here for the Panthers. They're marching. Nace, handoff again. Goff just cuts straight on back and wanders inside the 15-yard line to about the 13 now.
And Gary, not only did Tony Dorsett win the Heisman in 76, Pitt was your national champion, beating Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, undefeated season, 12-0.
Got a pretty good quarterback there. I think he's still quarterbacking out of Pittsburgh Steelers, if I'm not mistaken. Helping the quarterbacks?
Yes, and the quarterback back in that 76 team, Matt Cavanaugh, became an offensive coordinator in numerous places, including the NFL.
He's out with the Steelers right now, I believe. Anyway, it's third down now and 4 yards to go. 5:43 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a very quick break. We'll be right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Bodie Wright coming out there with a wrist injury for Central, and now number 55. And so it comes up third down and 4 now here for the Panthers, all at the 13-yard line. Dallastown.
Oh, crossover, beautiful play.
And he throws it and misses it. He had the man he wanted open, did Mr. Nace, and could not catch Preston Fink, who was wide open in the flat. Wow.
If we can see that again, what a great drawn-up play. Everybody's going to the right, and number 12 for Central delays and comes all the way under on a shallow drag across the field, and the ball just wasn't just a little bit off.
They're going to bring Matt Parker in here again. Great foot. They're going to spot it at the 20-yard line.
Shallow drag.
21 maybe. We'll call it a 31-yard effort here. Holder on the play will be Ethan Carlos. And timeout on the field for Central.
Missing a player. And when you're doing that, coach called a timeout. He actually could have, if he wanted to, for a field goal, could have let the delay, because this kid has such a leg, the 5 yards isn't really going to make a difference.
Right.
And you keep your 3 timeouts for later in the game in case you need them.
When you look at Parker as a kicker, and you've seen a lot of good kickers over the years, does he have big-time length for college? Does he have to have a little bit more than what he has right now? What's your thought on that?
I think so. I think he's got a lot of potential and has a chance to be a Division I kicker. Coach Johnchek was not happy calling that timeout because he knows you don't want to use them early in the second half, but felt it was necessary.
Talk about quite the commodity with a kid like Parker, who's not only a punter, but also the extra point kicker and the field goal kicker. So you got it all in one nice package there.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of colleges though anymore. It used to be like you had just the kicking core be one guy. Now it's, different specialties. Guy kicking for the Ravens now, Jordan Stout, was quite the bomber for Penn State for a number of years in terms of being a punter. So here we go. 31-yard effort for Matthew Parker. Holder, Ethan Carlos. Snap down. Kick up. Kick looks pretty good. Does the official think so? Yes, he does. And it's 13-3. 31-yard field goal at the 5:23 mark. We'll take a break and come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV. Central leads at 13-3.
5:23.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
That Parker's kickoff goes into the end zone.
Defense, hey guys, you did your job. You bent, but you held tough. Why did Central have to go for a field goal and get 3 instead of 7? 2 miscues. One was the bad snap in the Wildcat, and then was the quarterback. It's tough to blame Nace because he was going hard to his right. He had to plant quickly and fire all the way back on the shallow drag. Not an easy throw to make, but it was a little bit off. He had an easy touchdown.
And Fink was so wide open, it was ridiculous. Everyone bought. So here's Dallastown with their first possession of the second half, and the handoff.
Reverse.
Double handoff. And around the far side goes their man, and he is wide open. That's Andre Weiss, and Andre Weiss down the far side for big positive yardage here on the very first play. And a little trickery there for Dallastown.
And almost all these skill players were calling for Dallastown underclassmen.
Andre Weiss, only a junior. 6'3", though, 5'3" rather, a scat back. So they get it all the way out to the 38-yard line where Dallastown can set up shop now with a little bit of confidence as they spread it out here. 2 receivers either side, 1 man in the backfield with Kisner. Kisner straight back. Kisner looking for a man. He's got a wide open down there. Kisner's got his man down the near sideline, and what a pass it was to Nicholas White.
Here's what happened when we see this replay. Nobody was covering White. Central, another miscue by Central.
What you saw there was Kisner putting some air under it, putting some touch on it we were talking about in the first half.
Absolutely, and he may as well because nobody was covering him. We're going to go fast. Dallastown going no huddle.
5:01 to go here in the third quarter. Kisner, hands off. Near side, crossing over. It's going to be Smith. Smith heading for the end zone. Smith down inside the 10. Smith dives to the 5-yard line.
What a run!
What a run from Shamar Smith. And all of a sudden, Dallastown has exploded here and coming back down the field.
This Dallastown football program, I mentioned it, they have a lot of promise. These kids are battling.
Wow, what a game they are playing here tonight. They have the ball now first and goal at the 8-yard line. Kisner, handoff again. This time it's Fifth. They fake it, they throw across the middle, and Scott can't take it in.
Now what that was a run-pass option. It looked like they were going to hand it off. Quarterback's looking at the defense. He says, you know what, I'm going to try to throw that ball right over the top.
You see exactly what you talk about here. We see the replay where he fakes the handoff, obviously, into the line there, and then steps up and looks over the middle, and he had Scott on the crossing route.
Yeah, it's one of those where you have to, he tried to thread it in there. Not an easy pass, but the thing is, you're in the red zone. It's third down and goal now.
So second down and goal.
Second, okay.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
Well, that's right, after the long run for the first down.
So one man that's back there with you right now is Cromartie, Christopher Cromartie. And this time he's going to keep himself to Kisner. Kisner trying to fight for the end zone. He's down inside the 5-yard line near the 4 as Kisner dives. He's going to cut it down to about 3rd and 4, and that's our 3rd and 4 to the goal. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line now for Dallastown, and they do not want to settle for a field goal here.
Young coach Levi Murphy, I was just going to say it, you got to think touchdown. However, a field goal does get you to 1 score. If you lose yardage here, you may want to decide, okay, there's no right or wrong answer. If you get any yards at all here, I think you got to think touchdown, but I wouldn't be disappointed if they cut it to a 1-score game with a field goal if they don't get much here.
This time Shamar Smith back there. Mahoney normally is the guy to look for, number 7. Now they go under shift. Scott
Slant.
End zone. Had his man open again, and it was dropped. Good defense there by Central as well.
Ball was put right on the money.
It was Saxton Suchanek breaking that
Yes,
out.
he
He's
did.
an outstanding
Good
player.
play. Ball
Wow.
was where it had to go, though, for the sophomore quarterback.
Now, do you take the points here? I don't think so. I think they're going to go for it.
Once again, I reiterate, there is not a right call or a wrong call here as far as taking the field goal to cut it to a one-score game or being aggressive as the underdog and say, we're inside the 5. We've got to take this opportunity to get a touchdown.
You're playing to win right here, and it's 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line here for Dallastown. He's thrown 2 pretty good passes that were not handled in either case. So Kisner, watching the sophomore maybe growing up here tonight in a big game with Central. Now you get a timeout call. And it's going to be timeout for Dallastown. We'll take one as well. We'll come right back. Big 4th down play coming up here at the 3:55 mark of the 3rd quarter. All here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
And it's 4th down here, 4-yard line, 4th and goal. 13-3, Central leads at 3:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. I don't think a lot of people thought we'd be at this particular point in the game. There's still a long way to go.
Dallastown has options here. They got a few big targets on the seams we've talked about earlier. They're spreading them out with a double slot set. I'm expecting some kind of slant crossing route.
I like to look for Scott a lot of times here. Kisner, man in motion is Scott. Kisner looks, Kisner has a man in the goal line. Kisner has a touchdown.
So well executed. They hit number 2 out of the backfield.
Christopher Cromartie.
Another sophomore to sophomore for the touchdown.
They ran everybody else out kind of deep, if you can do that. And Cromartie ran underneath, and he caught him going out. And Cromartie with a 4-yard touchdown catch, and all of a sudden we got ourselves a football game.
Great play call on the left. You can barely see his right leg. He's going to go out in the flat. Look over his left shoulder, ball right on the money by the quarterback. Very nice job by the sophomore signal caller for Dallastown, Kisner.
And the extra point now coming up from Leah. Kick is up. Kick is good, and it's 13-10. The Panthers lead at 3:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. We'll come right back with more here on High School Sports Live TV. It's Fox 43.2.
3:50 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Central York 13, Dallastown 10.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Seven plays, 80 yards, 1 minute and 16 seconds. Make that 2 minutes and 14 seconds, rather. And Dallastown has pulled it to within a field goal here with 3:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. What did you say earlier about hanging around?
Oh,
Coach?
yeah. And a fabulous play call and execution by the Wildcats on that 4th down play.
Central gets some really good field goal position here. How about that? All the way out to the 45-yard line on a short kick, and Central is going to set up shop on a short field. And a good run back here. That's number 45 for the Panthers. And that being Reedy Bass. Reedy Bass, the junior, running it back out to the 45-yard line. And now Central gets good field position to start it out with 3:43 to go and an answer demanded here.
And they're going with the regular offense instead of the Wildcat look that they used on the majority of their last possession to start the second half.
Two receivers tandem here, near side, one far side, handoff Goff in the middle. That's no different, and Goff slashes his way out past the 50, down into Dallastown territory at the 47-yard line. Good run.
They gives the ball to...
Might not have been the Wildcat, but the concept was the same. Get him behind that big front line and let him run.
Absolutely.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2 at the 47-yard line of Dallastown. Boy, what a response by the Wildcats coming down the field there in 8 plays and scoring.
Heck of a football game here in York County. Good coaching, good competitive battle.
Well, if you're Levi Murphy tonight, you're feeling pretty good about your team's effort. Now, here goes Nace. He's taking off himself. He doesn't normally run, but Nace slides it down right around the 40-yard line.
Heady play.
Good job by Brooklyn Nace to try to keep the drive going, and he does exactly that. He gets the 1st down for his team. 1st and 10. Ball will be at the 40-yard line of Dallastown.
Here you are. You're trying to get a pass rush. You're trying to cover some really good receivers, and yet you got to make sure that you don't overrun the quarterback, because if he can take off, and he did it right there. Very good decision by Nace. And I like the way he slid there just to protect himself after he got the 1st down.
Stay tuned at the end of the game for our Capital Blue Cross post-game report, but a long way to go before that. 1st and 10. There's Goff. Goff off the right side. Goff just kind of holding him down and yanking him down before he gets the 1st down marker. So it'll be 2nd down and 2. It's Goff inside the 45, down near the 43. Let's see where they spot the ball here.
Flag on the flag.
So a flag down on the field. It's against Central, it looks like. So the flag down on the field against Central will be from the spot of the foul, and wow. Holding is the call.
Spot of the foul because it was in front of the line of scrimmage.
So the ball taken all the way back up to the 48 of Dallastown, and Central's ready to go.
1st and 17.
So 1st down and 17 to go.
Nice break for Dallastown here, and looks to be a two-deep look.
Hand off to Goff. Goff shoots right there at the line and gets brought down by a whole host of Dallastown Wildcats. Man, has that front line played a great game here tonight.
Dallastown, you can feel it. They're realizing, their kids are realizing, we're in this game. We can win this football game with just a little over a quarter to go. We just got to get a break or two. We got to make another break.
So Robert Brandley there leading the charge for the Dallastown Wildcats. 1:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Central with the ball at the 46-yard line of the Wildcats. 2nd down, 16 to go. They need to get to the 30-yard line for a 1st down. Nace rolls right. Nace looking. Nace being flushed out again. Nace going to be pushed down to the outside and steps out of bounds finally. Out near the 45-yard line, maybe just inside that.
Let me tell you what happened there. The quarterback was sharp enough, Nace, to run it and not throw it down the field away, because that was a screen play. He had a lineman downfield there. So if he'd have thrown the ball in front of the line of scrimmage, even throwing it away, it would have been a penalty. And he elected to run. It's now 3rd and long. Dallastown, one more stop on this play to force a punt. And they can get the ball back with a chance to take the lead. Just over a quarter to go.
3rd and 15 here.
Once again, trips into the boundary. Don't see that very often. But he's got a touchdown.
Oh, he's got a man wide open downfield. If he doesn't overthrow him, and he had his guy downfield. Joe Alou was wide open, and Nace just overthrew him. That's 2 passes now in the game. Both would have been touchdowns. The one missed to Fink, and now the one to Alou downfield.
The reason I mentioned the trips into the boundary, a lot of coaches will do that to get a one-on-one matchup to the wide side of the field, Gary. They did just that. It was a beautiful play call, just overthrown.
And I made a mistake. It was Ethan Carlos down to number 3, so I want to correct myself. Ethan Carlos wide open. He's a guy that they really haven't thrown too much in this game. He gets the ball most of the time during the course of the season, one of the favorite receivers. And so now Parker's going to try to pin them down on the goal line, them being Dallastown. And there it is. It's going to roll down. Did they save it? Oh, almost saved it on the goal line and couldn't quite do it. So it's into the end zone. They're about to the 20 for the Wildcats. With a 1:07 mark here in the 3rd quarter, and man, we've got ourselves a football game.
Gary, the little things in coaching are so important, and there was another example. If you're Michael Scott back there to return that punt, rather than back up and then just watch it, you got to go up like you're going to catch it. To the first guy down there would have been, oh, he's going to I got to try to tackle him.
Right.
And that ball would have easily rolled into the end zone. Instead, the Central almost had that saved. Had it not hit their 2nd player, that would have been inside the 5-yard line. Dallastown football. Now they're out to the 20.
Well, let's see what Dallastown has up their sleeves. They marched down the field the last time in quick fashion. And we're watching Cody Kisner play himself a heck of a game tonight here at quarterback.
Yes, he is. He's matured into a nice young signal caller for
Central
Dallastown.
plays 80 yards last time. Let's see what they can do this time. Kisner looking. Kisner's got a man open on the sideline. Can he catch it? He does. Did he get a foot down?
Overthrown.
Just overthrown a little bit, but man, I'll tell you what, this kid's got an arm. He's looking downfield and looking for big chunks.
I like what he did there. He went a quick fake to Michael Scott on the short route and went for the deep ball down the sidelines. A safe pass once again.
It was covered well by Central. He had two guys there, but he put it right on the hands of his receiver, or near the hands of his receiver there. So second down and 10 now, ball at the 20. 58.3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you, our whole Invicta crew tonight. Here's Kisner looking again. Kisner standing up in the pocket. Kisner trying to race out of there. Kisner's going to be tripped for a moment, and then throws downfield, throws it out of bounds. Good play. It's keeping the drive alive.
Avoided a 3-yard loss there. Nice shot. No sense forcing it. Throw it away. Play for another down. Now it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now you want to try to get some field position here if you can, because you don't want to give Central great field position again. You can't keep playing with fire like that. 47.9 seconds to go. A lot of people didn't think we'd see this score this late in the third quarter. And yet, here they are, Dallastown, playing the game of the year for them right now.
Four wide out look.
Kisner again, Kisner.
Deep ball.
He's got his man down here and just overthrows him downfield. His intended receiver there was Antonio Bordenada, and he could not catch up with him, so it's going to be a 4th down punting situation here with 41.6 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And I'm not sure if he was throwing to Bordenada or White. It was sort of in between the two of them. He put it up there for grabs, and now this.
Here's Scott back to kick it out of there.
Got to be careful with the return man here from Central, number 4 for Central. Heck of a player, Carter Vaughn.
Michael Scott kicking from his own 5-yard line.
If I'm Vaughn, I'm moving up about 5 yards.
What a kick here from Scott, man. A good high spiral. This one a good one.
Well, hit a guy again.
Central's going to cover this one, though, at the 45-yard line. They're going to have great field position here from the Dallastown 45.
But Gary, very lucky, right?
Again.
Very, very lucky.
That's the second time that's happened tonight. This time covered by the Panthers. Last time covered by Dallastown.
Now, it did hit number 29, Brandon Smith, the sophomore, on the punt return team, but he was trying to get out of the way. You saw they heard the call from the punt returner, and they were getting out of the way, but it still hit him.
Do you go back to the Wildcat here? Do you stay with the normal setup? It looks like Nace is going to be a quarterback. There's Goff. Goff off the right side. Goff tripped up again near the 41-yard line, but not before he gets about 5 yards on the play, down to 22 seconds to go here in the third quarter. You know, you never see Goff fall backward.
No.
Everything is positive yardage all the time.
And he just hasn't been able. He's had a nice game. Dallastown has kept him from doing what he does, making a guy miss, break another tackle, and going to pay dirt.
And it looks like Central's going to let the clock run down for the third quarter, and that's it. We head to the fourth. The Panthers have the football and the lead, 13-10 as we head to the fourth quarter. This is the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo number 1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
We head to the fourth quarter here at Central. Dallastown down by 3. Central leads by 3. They have the football. Second down and 6. Ball at the 42-yard line of Dallastown. 1 quarter to go in this one. Brooklyn Nace shouts out the numbers. Gets the ball. Looks like a screenplay. And he got it right there. And that's going to be Ethan Carlos. Ethan Carlos finding his way all the way down to the 15-yard line, and what a call, a screenplay to Ethan Carlos to start the fourth quarter.
It was a little delay route underneath. He was Carlos lined up on the right and just did a very, very shallow drag and found an opening. Nice play.
They haven't really used Carlos too much on the offense tonight, but right there was a huge moment. That kid can run in the open field. So the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line. First down and 10 now for the Panthers as they try to pound this one home.
Not a difficult pass for Nace, and he put the ball right on the money. Nice run after the catch.
Brooklyn Nace gets it to Goff. Little mix up there in the backfield, and Goff gets taken down for a loss of about 1 on the play. It'll bring up second down and 11.
Another miscue of just things that Central doesn't, they don't usually do this.
Right.
And you're seeing a lot of them tonight for whatever reason. At home.
So the ball on the 16-yard line. We'll bring up second down and 11 now for the Panthers. Preston Fink in there out at the wide receiver spot. He already has a touchdown catch tonight. Man in motion. Put the man in motion near side, but Dallastown not fooled as Colin Gurley got out there, but Dallastown with good coverage again laterally out here on the near flat.
Absolutely.
So a gain of 1 on the play. It'll bring up third down and 10 now for Central.
Bordonado was there, Cook was there, as was Bear. All three converged on the carrier to have a negligible gain. Now, if you're Central, a field goal would be nice to put you up by 6, but that's still, you could lose with a touchdown and an extra point, obviously. So as we're in the fourth quarter, they got to think touchdown.
There's Nace rolling left, looking, getting caught, backed up in there. Nace is open. Nace running near side. Nace going to keep it himself. Nace going to head for the end zone. Nace steps in for the touchdown. Brooklyn Nace scores the TD from the 15-yard line, running for his life.
Making something out of nothing was Nace there. And one of the backside, if we see this replay, one of the backside defensive ends, the backside defensive end for Dallastown. Watch him here coming. You're just going to come from the right of your screen. He got to settle down. He overruns it. You're going to see it in about 2 seconds. Right here, overruns the play and gave Nace a gap instead of just breaking down and keeping him in the pocket as he came back to the right.
Brandon Nace, who does not run that often, runs for the touchdown here, and there's a player down in the field. Is that Nace?
No, that's a defender. He was down in the middle of the play and stayed down.
So at the 9:55 mark of the fourth quarter.
Here we see it again.
Take a look at this.
They're at 63. They're overran the play, and it causes a huge running lane.
And there you see Brandon Nace, Brooklyn Nace rather, in for the touchdown, a 15-yard run.
Down on the play for Dallastown, and he's up walking now, was Cromartie, the sophomore. Linebacker, running back, he looks to be okay.
And again, if you're Dallastown, you're saying what might have been. They had bottled him up pretty well there, but could not bring it home on the tackle, and Nace runs it into the end zone.
When I say he looks okay, nothing, doesn't look to be anything too serious, hopefully, for a kid with a lot of promise there for Dallastown. A lot of times, no matter how you draw up a play, it doesn't matter what you do. Somebody makes something out of nothing, and that was the case there by Nace. Really nice play.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
So a 15-yard penalty on a crackback block.
And they're going to take the points off the board.
And the points come off the board.
I assume that was a legal hit, but you cannot, in high school football anymore, in all levels, you cannot come from outside in when a defender does not see you coming and make a hit of any kind of power. And they called it there. It's a new rule to try to protect everybody, to not allow head injuries and other type of injuries, injury prevention type things, something that old-timers shake their heads a little bit.
And another huge mistake here for Central.
Yes.
Third down and 30 at the 35-yard line now. So he went from being a touchdown to being brought back. Looked like Nace was in, and the official says no, a crackback block. So 3rd and 30 for the Panthers. 9:55 to go. Huge moment in this game.
And it almost their kicker can make a long field goal here, but you want to think, just get the ball down 5-10 more yards to give them a much better opportunity at 3.
There's a fake handoff from Nace. Nace with the football. Nace throwing for the end zone. Nace deep, being covered down there and overthrown just a little bit. And so that's going to bring up 4th down from the 30-yard line.
It's a 47-yarder if you want to try it. You have so much to... Another thing you can think about doing is potentially quick kicking out of shotgun or punting to force Dallastown to have a longer field because it's 4th and a country mile here.
No Matthew Parker yet. He's got the range, but it's probably right at the tip.
I'm punting out of shotgun here and trying to pin Dallastown back.
So here they go. Brooklyn Nace, at quarterback. Goff right beside him.
I don't want to give Dallastown the ball all the way out of the 30-yard line down 3.
In motion goes Carter Vaughn. There's a pass right to the middle. And they're going to track him down, are they, before he gets the first down? Dallastown stops him short of the first down. You got a flag down on the field. And let's see what it's about, and I think it might be against Dallastown.
Michael Scott, you have to control yourself over there in front of the opposing team's bench. I'm not sure who they called it against. Scott was going hard against the wide receiver Fink, who had caught the touchdown pass in the first half. I'm not sure they're calling it, but it might be offsetting too.
Let's take a look. We got 2 penalty flags down. See what we have right here. 9:34 to go in this one.
Nice idea on the screen pass to.
Yeah. Nice job. They found the man right there in the middle. That was.
But you're probably
number
not going to get
24, Colin
everything.
Gurley again.
Yeah. Officials still talking it out. 5 officials in the regular season of most high school football games. Some areas will have 6 at times, but on Friday nights we have limited officials in the area, and thus why certain games are not played. Last year, the opening game, Central York hosted Central Dauphin right here on this field on a Saturday afternoon due to the official shortage.
So let's see what the officials decide here. It looked like, the Panthers obviously stopped Central on 4th down. It was 4th and 25. Now the official coming over to pick up the flag.
Pick up as in putting in his pocket, not pick it up to wave off the flag, obviously.
Right.
Penalty.
Right. Not waving it off, and they're talking.
To both coaching staffs.
I think the coach over there is none too happy, Levi Murphy. They're explaining to him right now what they've decided.
Anytime on the football field, if you're a player, you cannot lose your composure and do anything like this, especially on a 4th and 20-some yards.
Huge play, biggest play probably of the ball game at this point.
4th and 25. Your team's going to get the ball back with 9.5 to go, down 3 points. A field goal will tie it. A touchdown can take the lead. I didn't see specifically. It was so far away from the play, Gary.
Yeah.
We didn't see what exactly. We know 2 guys that were going at it there.
But right in front of an official as well. Okay, so here comes the official with whatever the call is going to be. Holding. That's against Dallastown. Also, personal foul against Dallastown. The ball all the way down to the 5, and it's going to remain with Central, I believe.
That is a 27.5-yard gain on that play,
down
everything
to the
considered.
Down to the 2.
2.5.
2.5
the
yard
distance
line.
again, yep.
Wow, what a turnabout here. You just feel like the wind went out of your sails. If you're Dallastown, I think you got to stop. 9:34 to go, and you got to think it's Jules Goff time right now. Central.
Here it is, Wildcat.
Wow. Central just got a reprieve.
I don't know why this ball's at the 2.5. You got, where were they up? They were down to the 14. That would go to the 7. To me, the ball would go on the 3.5. I think the ball should be the 3.5, not the 2.5.
So half the distance twice. Unbelievable. Huge play in this game.
Where was the ball tackled? He was tackled around the 15?
Right around the 15, yeah.
Okay, so you think 7.5?
Maybe the 14, actually.
Okay, 14. About the 3.5 or the 4-yard line. See where
Here
they
we are back to the Wildcat again. What a costly couple of penalties right there. Ball at the 5-yard line.
They adjusted it, put it back just inside the 5.
Yep. So first and goal. I've seen United Nations meetings that weren't this complicated. Still, Levi Murphy there having a chat with the official over on the far side. Boy, the Dallastown defense did their job there. You got a help on a penalty, obviously, but on that crackback block. But
Michael Scott, number 1, the junior, is so crucial to this Dallastown football team. He's on offense, defense. He just does so much on special teams. And I don't want to judge what happened. We didn't see what happened.
Right.
So, but there were 2 penalties, obviously, against Dallastown, and one was a personal foul.
We're pretty sure that was against him over here, right in front of the official, because that's where the flag was thrown.
Yes.
There wasn't anybody else in 20 yards.
I don't know how egregious it was, what he did. You just can't do anything. I hate to say it that way. You got to keep your composure because you got your team get the ball back, and everything changes here.
There's no place for individual battles here. Stay tuned, by the way, tonight to watch Todd Sadowski and his sports team on Fox 43 at Football Frenzy. At 11 o'clock, they round up the area scores like nobody else. We'll have our wrap-up from here. And then coming up after the game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report featuring the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game and the Hoffman Ford player of the game, all here on High School Sports Live TV. That's the first 2 penalties against Dallastown tonight.
All game. How about that?
The whole game. You talked about playing an error-free game, and in the moments where you most needed to be error-free, they weren't.
And to get a personal foul, that's the tough part. You're playing such a great football game, team effort. You're battling. You're in the thick of things here. Nobody except your crew thought that you guys could do what you're doing, and you make a
And you're at that magic moment where you get Central stopped on 4th down. It looks like you get the ball back. You have a chance to go down and maybe win the game, or at least get the lead. And so now Coach Murphy's still in a very long discussion here with the officials.
Well, at least we have a dry night because it looked like we might get some rain tonight.
Yeah.
It was misting earlier before pregame, and
so it looks like we're just about ready to get this back underway here as Coach Murphy still has not walked off the field.
But they just adjusted the ball again. To me, it would be 2 half-the-distance penalties based on what we've seen. They moved the ball slightly.
We saw it go down at the 14-yard line when they stopped the actual play. Now you wonder if it goes back out to the 7 maybe?
It goes to the 7, but there were 2 penalties, so we should go to the 14, unless they went 14 and the 5-yard penalty first, which would take it to the 9, and then from the 9 half the distance.
I'm waiting to someone break out a computerized notebook here and start to add some things up, right?
Yeah.
This is where AI might kick in. Yeah. Because the personal officials for trying to get this thing right.
Yeah, if the personal foul was a dead ball foul, okay, personal foul and holding, so it should be, forget the 5, it should be half the distance and half the distance, which to me is 14 to 7.
Yeah.
Half of 7 is 3.5. I'm not sure why it's on the 5.
Okay. That's what they finally decided the ball is going to come to rest.
If the 14 was where he finally got tackled.
And that's where it looked like he came down earlier. Still not ready to put the ball back into play here. I don't recall ever seeing a play discussed this long. It's been a long time. Maybe you do. You've had a lot of experiences with this.
Well, I'm with you. Something this long, this is. They're still.
Both teams trying to figure out where were we now. So here's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and goal, ball at the 5-yard line, 9:34 to go in the 4th quarter. Central with a 13-10 lead, and we think we may run a play here in a moment. And I'm going to guess that a guy with number 0 is going to be running it. How's that for a high percentage call?
Oh, the only way he won't be is if that snap, like happened on that Wildcat in the first drive of the second half, hits one of the up guys and they jump, will pick it up and run for the yardage, right?
And the officials are still talking among themselves here on this side. And now they're walking back to the middle and talking
I don't
again.
understand how the ball can be on the 5-yard line. The only way it can be on the 5 is if they ended on the 20. Half the distance, half the distance. So the 5 makes no sense from up here, based on what we're seeing.
Everybody up here in the press box, they're talking about this too. And like I said, the United Nations meeting has shorter meetings than this. So now the Central group all gathered around the officials as they're talking. And the guy with the stripes finally breaks out of the
he's
huddle.
coming over again, the head official.
Now he's going to talk to Jerry Yunchik. And Jerry Yunchik saying, what is going on? And so now Yunchik has been notified, and the officials are going to head back in again.
Oh, I see what's happening here. It's still fourth down. That's what's it's because it's not an automatic first down. So it is. They needed to get inside. If it's still 4th and inches here.
Okay, so 4th and inches. So there's what the deal is. And there's the first down after all of that. So first down now and goal inside the 5. But that was interesting. That was never, ever part of the whole equation. It was 4th down and inches because even with the penalties, it never got all the way down to first down. We thought it was automatic. So 4th down and now a first down and goal for Central. The ball will be at the 3-yard line here for the Panthers. After all that, now you're back in the Wildcat again. And there goes Jules Goff, and Jules Goff pounding it down, not in yet, near the 1-yard line. So that'll bring up second down now and goal. So it's ticking down now, 8:54 to go here in the game. Goff back out there. They're going to go back to the Wildcat, I believe, again. No, they're not. They're going to have
they got the Wildcat, same thing. No, you're right. Wildcat. Oh, you're right. They do have Nace in.
Nace is in.
But we know who's getting the ball, don't we?
We know who's getting the ball. It's going to be Goff. There's the handoff. And Goff is in for a 3-yard touchdown run after all of that. At the 8:24 mark here of the 4th quarter, Jules Goff, after one of the longest confabs we've ever seen.
Credit Central. Sometimes when you have a lot of success as a football team, there's going to be a game here or there that can be like this, an ugly type of situation. You just got to keep battling through it.
Yep. So Central staying in there and taking advantage of the opportunities presented to them. So the kick is up. The kick is good by Parker, and it's now 19, make it 20-10. Central leads at 8:24 to go, and this will take a quick break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Nine plays, 46 yards, 2 hours. Goff with 39 rushes for 177 yards. We were kidding there. Actually, 348. And Central cashes it in for a 20-10 lead here. And so Dallastown still, though, with plenty of time left. If they can get some kind of drive here, they can get right back in it again. But, boy, that 4th down play was just absolutely a turnaround.
Sure was. We talked about it long enough, and you got to be frustrated if you're Dallastown. Because you played such great team defense to be in that situation to bring up the 4th and 25.
Here's a kickoff from Parker all the way back into the end zone, and they'll come out to the 20 again. So Dallastown and Kisner and company will see what they can do now. They've been off the field for a long, long time again.
You know, Gary, if you look at the college game, we got the Clemson, we got the Tiger Paw there, which they have a Clemson as well. And when Clemson had their huge run under Dabo Sweeney, under several quarterbacks, back 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, they had a couple super close games against teams at home, against Pitt, against NC State. They lost one of but games that they were heavily favored, but they had to either pull out at the end, but he still had a good run in the playoffs and one time won a national championship. And those type of games, you never know when they're going to come on your schedule, but you got to win. And that's credit Central, playing an ugly football game at times, but doing enough to be up by 10 right now.
Here's Cody Kisner showing some really great leadership here tonight as a sophomore. There's the inside handoff to Scott. Scott's trying to get around the near side. Scott's going to get run out of bounds. Good defense by Central there in running laterally. You know, you look at this Dallastown team, they lost 16-14 to open the season to Hempfield, a really tough one. Hempfield scoring at the end. And then they got knocked out by Manheim Township, 56-0, arguably maybe the best team in the district right now. Then they lost 33-19 to Hershey, but then they came back with a win, 24-20 over Southwestern, and then beat Northeastern last week 35-7 to get to 2-0 in the division. So a team that is showing some upward movement right now, some upward trends.
And I'm sure they learned from that Hershey loss. Hershey has some skill athletes just like Dallastown does.
Here's Kisner. Kisner looking to pass. Kisner over the middle, and again, Scott a little bit high, and Scott not able to bring it in. They've not really ever involved Scott offensively in the game tonight.
They tried to get him the ball there in the flat. He caught it, got hit hard. Tried to get him there. It's 3rd and 11. Yeah, they're credit Central. Their defense is where Scott is, and they're bottling him up a little bit. Good point.
But you look at the number of passes tonight, some of them have been a little bit rushed, as you said earlier, but there have been a lot of them that have been dropped tonight by some of these receivers for Dallastown. They've been on the money. So this is 3rd down and 11. Big 3rd down here for Dallastown, obviously, as far as trying to get some momentum back.
Down 2 scores. This is potentially a football game here, barring them getting a turnover, because they got to score twice.
Kisner out in the flat. Got a man open out there. Can he get
Great
some
move.
running room? Little jute right there around the corner. Going to be first down. Nice job by Dallastown, keeping alive right here as they got it out in the flat there to Shamar Smith.
A senior, almost all skill kids underclassmen. There's one senior, but what an absolute great run after the catch, making 2 guys miss to get
Ball
the
out
first
to the
down.
35-yard line, guns it to the side, and has his man open over there just shy of the 40-yard line. Let's see where the official puts it down. As this time, catch it up with receiver Nicholas White.
When you run those short hitch routes, you want to try to get to 5 yards and get at least a 5-yard gain. He only got 2 there.
So 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 37. Kisner looking, Kisner back. Kisner being flushed out of the pocket. Kisner looks downfield and just throws it out of bounds and saves himself for a 3rd down play.
He was hit right when he was throwing the football. Fortunate there. That guy was tracking him down from behind. Who was that? 23? It's tough to tell these jersey numbers.
It was Malachi Ramnath, who has had a good night tonight. He's been all over the quarterback a lot of times this evening. So it'll be 3rd down now and 8 from the 37-yard line for Dallastown.
Ramnath, a good size defensive end. Listed at 6'4".
Did his job keeping Kisner to the inside, too. Didn't let him get around the corner. Kisner spread. Got a man out here in the flat. What a catch. Boy, you talk about going up to get the ball there. How about Jalen Cook? Number 11. First time he's had a ball thrown in his direction tonight. And Jalen Cook, again, another of those juniors, 6'2", went up and speared that. What a pass.
Wow. Really nice job by the Wildcats.
Into Central Territory it comes, and the Wildcats not going going into the night.
I was going to say it. They're refusing to go away.
6:36 to go. Kisner is hit and knocked down right there at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete pass. Well, he took a wallop that time.
Well, what happened there, Gary? Central knows pretty much, even though there was a little play action fake, they thinking they got to pass. So the front 4 of Central, actually front 3 in this case, is putting their ears back and coming after the quarterback. They're pass rush mode all the time.
4 receivers out, pass to the far side. Got a man open. That's Scott. Scott trying to get
there he
past.
goes.
There he goes, and Scott taking off to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Fox pushed out down around the 16, maybe the 17-yard line, and Dallastown is up and running again.
Exactly what we've been saying. They've got to get the ball in number 1's hands. This is one of the first times he's had a chance to do something in space.
Exactly. First time they've really gotten him out there all night long. Ball down to the about the 16-yard line. Kisner keeping himself. Kisner running right down the middle, and Kisner banging, taking some defenders with him inside the 15, down near the 12.
Really like the zone read concept right there. Off the play fake, quarterback, the sophomore, keeping the ball, getting about 5 yards.
You're watching Kisner growing up before your eyes tonight, the sophomore, in a big game here, leading his team right now. 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Kisner looks, has a man out in the flat again, just a little bit off his fingertips.
Gary, you can tell that not even seeing the last 2 wins have built a little bit of confidence for this Dallastown squad, cohesiveness offensively. And right now, you have 2 downs to get the 5 yards, but if you get nothing here and you don't end up in a 4th and short, I think you got to take the points to limit a 1-score game.
Right.
You need 2 scores either way.
Exactly. So now you have some options. You can think about that. You've got a guy who can kick that extra field goal out of the way, and Mia.
You're thinking touchdown all the way right here on this 3rd down. Get a 1st down or get a touchdown.
We're looking for Scott again in this kind of situation.
I'd like to see that zone read again.
Back goes Kisner. Kisner across the middle, almost intercepted. Just missed his man. He was looking, the intended receiver was Bonanata, but he could not catch up with it. So now do you kick that extra field goal? I think you do.
Definitely.
So in they come. And we've seen more field goals probably in this game tonight than we've seen in a long time.
That's right.
Wasif Mia had a 33-yarder earlier in the game. This one, he will hit from about 29.
Coach Murphy didn't even hesitate. Went right with the field goal. I think it's a very good call.
Make it 28 yards here. You want to walk away with points on this possession. Snap down, kick up. Kick looks pretty good, and it is. And they pull it to within a touchdown, 20-13, 29-yarder by Wasif Mea. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We got our ball game with 5:36 to go on High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
Breaker box is toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen, if you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, 2nd.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
20-13, Central leads it, 5:36 to go in the game. Is it too early for an onside kick? That's maybe the question that you have right here. I think probably it is, but I'll defer to the coach, Coach Fort Chapman.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's an aggressive call if you would kick the onsider, but it could give you a chance to win this football game.
But
if you kick it deep,
has been playing well for
yes,
you
they
tonight,
have.
too.
But you got to think we got to be able to stop Goff here and not let him grind out 2 first downs and potentially end the football game. I'm kicking it, probably kicking it deep, but I have no problem with you. The one negative about the onside, nowadays you can only put 6 guys to one side of the kicker. Unlike the old days, you can put the ball in the hash and put all your guys to one side and really get a load of steam ahead and get the ball 10 yards and have more of an opportunity.
Well, Michael Scott, a lot of good hands people up at that front line right now for Central. They're thinking that way. Here comes Scott. And Scott squibs it down.
I don't like that.
And Central's got a guy right there who's got a little bit of steam running, and it's going to be brought down around the 49-yard line.
Try not to overly second guess, Gary, but if you're going to set a squib like that, you may as well onside kick it. Heck, they got the ball all the way out past midfield anyway.
Tyler Fry.
Be aggressive.
Tyler Fry covered it for Central, number 11. So Central's got a short field now to work with, and you can bet they want to put the clock on their side right now, and they got just the guy to do it in Jules Goff.
Dallastown has 2 timeouts, so it's still possible if they give up 2 quick first downs, they can still get the ball back using their timeouts and getting a stop.
Well, if your defense has been called on all night, here's the time right now where they got to get 3 and out.
And you know they're not going to the air. You know the ball's going to be on the ground here.
It's coming right there. It is, and Goff right through the middle, and there he goes. And Goff with a run down to the 30-yard line, 19-yard pickup right like that of Jules Goff against the Dallastown defense. Has been on the field here a lot.
Dallastown defense has to think you got to go straight man and get an extra guy in the box. You don't need a safety back there. Get up, get an extra guy in the box. If they throw one-on-one and make it happen, oh well.
Yeah. Right now, you got to stop the guy who's going to run this clock out on you.
And
5:09.
now very, very important for Nace. Look at the play clock. Take that play clock down, definitely under 5. If you can get it closer to 2 or 1, the more you can bleed off that clock, that could be the difference maker here.
Ball at the 29-yard line right now for Central. 1st and 10. To Goff again. Goff into the middle. He just wants to hold on to the football, get a little bit of push, and eventually stop. Maybe around the 27, 26.
Already in field goal range, and a field goal would ice it, make it a 2-score game. And they have the leg to do so. So you just don't want to turn the ball over. Keep chewing clock.
So it's got when he's 2nd down and 8, and no hurry here for Brooklyn Mace and the Panthers. Clock at right now, the play clock at 24. And as you said, you want to be aware of that. Don't rush into the huddle.
Mace team seems to have really good command of the play clock so far. Coach Janchek, a veteran coach, numerous stops in his coaching career, including CD East and Lebanon. Big 33 assistant a few years ago.
2nd and 8. There goes Goff again, slamming into the line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 to go, or the 3-yard pickup on the game. 3:40 to go here in the ball game. Don't forget, coming up at the end of the game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report, including the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, Capital Region Insurance Aids, the Play of the Game.
If you're Dallastown, you got to get the stop right here and limit the game.
Yep.
I'm bringing the corner off the edge. I'm bringing they're not going to run pass option. They're going to give the ball to Goff. Bring everybody on the snap.
And they've got them spread out right here. Again, you talked about the running possibilities with that. But you stay tight on this. You know who's getting it. There goes Goff again. Goff right through the middle, and Goff's going to get the 1st down, I believe. Yep, he's inside the 20-yard line, down near the 17, and they move the stakes. 2:55 to go, and Central just pushing it home right now behind that big offensive line, and Jules Goff.
Now you got to start using your timeouts if you're Dallastown.
Yep. We're going to get the numbers here from Travis Sparks in a few minutes on Goff's numbers tonight. He's over 200 yards now for the evening. Even though he has only 1 touchdown tonight, he has been the guy who has really made them go here, especially in the 2nd half. So to bring up 1st down and goal now for the Panthers.
Get in the box, Dallastown. Get that safety up.
It's a 1st down and goal. Actually, 1st down and 10. They still can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. Goff again, just getting the call every time right now, and the entire Dallastown.
Use your timeout, coach. Use your timeout.
Team on him.
He took it.
And there's a timeout. You need to stop the clock with any kind of hope here.
Timeout, Dallastown.
Actually, it's going to be called by Central. So we'll take a break. We'll come right back. 2:09 to go in this one. Central leads at 20-10. It's High School Sports Live's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal. To go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Jules Goff tonight, 44 rushes in this game for 209 yards. Who has been the focal point of Central's offense tonight?
Darn right.
44 plays you involved him in. So Central, and if they win this one tonight, can thank one Mr. Goff for his running ability here this evening.
No doubt. Even though Goff has been the integral part of this offense for Central, I think one of the biggest plays of the game was the pass in the 1st half down the left sidelines, the pass and catch.
Preston Fink with that wonderful catch in the end zone where he just yanked it away from the defender.
Yes.
That was the circus play of the night so far.
No doubt.
Might be the play of the game, who knows?
The negative play of the game is getting Dallastown with the 2 penalties on that 4th and 25.
I'm not sure that wasn't the play of the game, that penalty. And then the confab for hours afterward. There's Goff again.
Get another timeout if you're Dallastown.
Nail at the line again. Dallastown standing tall there at that front line. Goff gets hit again. Timeout very quickly. Stop the clock at 2:02. Still a one-score game. Mistake here or there, and things could turn in a hurry.
Here's the thought process if you're Jerry Yonchek for Central. We don't really need to get the first down. They're out of timeouts. If we run the ball and keep it in the middle, a field goal wins it, puts us up 2 scores. We have a great kicker. Let's not do anything crazy. And here's the other thing. Don't even get the ball over the hash. In high school football, everybody, the hashes are wider than college. The pros are way in there. And if you're kicking a field goal from around the 10-yard line and you're at the hash mark, it's a more of an angle that you
Sharp
really
angle.
want. Yeah, tough angle. So I'm keeping that ball right in the middle. I'm telling my running back, don't break it unless you can get the first down. Do not break it outside.
I let me play a what if, and I remember Ohio State and Penn State a few years ago.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
take a chance on kicking the field goal with maybe a block and a run back and a one-score game? That's another thought too.
That's exactly right. But I think with up 7, you want to rely on your field goal unit.
Yep.
And
yeah, you don't want to run scared from the situation, that's for sure.
No, and you're going to get the clock down to 1:20, about 1:18 if you just run the ball up the middle. And even if you don't score, if you miss the field goal, they got to go 80 yards in a minute and 12 seconds.
If you get the first down here, the game's over, essentially. There's Goff. Banged at the line again, and boy, that Dallastown front four tonight has been awesome.
Absolutely.
And
you're forcing a field goal here. Forcing a field goal.
So Matt Parker's been practicing over here on the side. And
Jerry Yonchek is going to let that clock go down to 1 and call a timeout, which is a heady play.
Right now you got 40 seconds on the clock. It'll be about 1:02 when he gets down there.
The play clock did not start over like 3 seconds. I don't think anybody caught that, but.
So now he's thinking, do I let Matt Parker kick this field goal, take a chance on it getting blocked, or do I kick it, put it away, make it a 2-score game, and it's over? Matt Parker is walking out in the field right now. He's walking down to join the huddle. He says, I know what I want to do.
That was actually a 42 or 43 second play clock.
Yeah.
Gives him an extra 2-3 seconds. Coach Yonchek doing the smart thing, letting it get down to 1 and call the timeout.
And there he is at 1:02, 1:01. And so 1:01 to go. And he sends out Matthew Parker. And now Dallastown will try to ice him.
Panthers.
What a game.
Dallastown is most likely bringing the heat. Because like you said, if you can block this thing.
If you're Coach Yonchek, it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, he's kicking the field goal. There's no doubt.
No, not if he's not going to kick field goal, but where do you can have your players be aware, guys. Ethan Carlos will be the holder. Matthew Parker will be the kicker. Parker already with 2 field goals tonight. 31 and 35. This one will be again at the 35-yard variety. Thirty-yard field goal attempt. Matthew Parker. Ethan Carlos, the holder. He gets the snap. He puts it down. The kick is up. The kick looks pretty good. Is it? It's dead on through again. Matthew Parker 3 for 3 tonight, and he's put the Panthers up with a 30-yard field goal. 23-13 here. And boy, it's nice to have that weapon on your side, isn't it?
It sure is. Both sides have a good kicking game.
On a night when you needed it. On a night when you got stopped by the other team's defense and didn't get the touchdowns you normally used to score at 35 a game, and you're held at 23 tonight, huge kicks by Parker.
And like you said earlier, Gary, it's not often in a high school football game you see this many field goals made, even attempted, but
3 and 2, 5 field goals made in this game. You don't see that sometimes in NFL games.
No, very rare in high school.
Really impressed with the kicking teams on both sides, the kicking ability. But I've got to tell you tonight, 23-13 right now, Central is leading this game. But Dallastown has given the Panthers everything they wanted and more here tonight.
Yes, they have. That squib kick really hurt Dallastown. I don't know if the coach asked for the squib kick to go down the field more, but it gave
Gave him a short field.
Short field.
With a good runner.
And got him in field goal range quickly. Not that Dallas.
So 56.8 seconds to go here. Parker has nailed it out of the end zone pretty much all night long, except for once.
This one's going to be returnable.
This one's going to be returnable, so you have a chance to run it back and a touchdown. There you go. And brought down right at the 26-yard line. First down for Dallastown here. Just 51.2 seconds to go in this one. Down 2 scores.
Wildcats return the
This may show up as a loss tonight in Dallastown's column, and it's not over yet. But I got to tell you, Coach Murphy's got to be proud of this team. On the road, playing one of the toughest teams in the district.
Absolutely.
Arguably,
Absolutely.
on their home field, and yeah, what an effort here tonight, and what an effort by the Panthers as well. I mean, the Panthers are in a gritty game here. You got to win these kind of gritty games.
Yes, you do. And a few more miscues than Coach Janczek and his staff expect or even get on a consistent. They don't get that on a consistent basis. They usually are much more error-free.
Now, if you're Central, you just want to keep everything in front of you. Kisner, across the middle, it's intercepted. Off the hands of Scott one more time, and intercepted down there by Central. And for Central York, on top of that was Joe Alou. So Central now can take a knee and put this one away for sure. As Alou picks it off on the overthrow, or the miscatch by Scott, however you choose to look at it. Wow, what a game tonight. 44.7 seconds to go, and now the Panthers have the luxury of taking the knee, and this one will be over.
Watching two teams compete at this level, and both teams never quitting, battling to the very end. It's really, really good to see. It's Pennsylvania football.
Yeah, just a good, solid effort by both clubs here tonight. Don't forget, Todd Sadowski night will have the Football Frenzy at 11 o'clock, where they'll cover all the games in the area, and you can tune in on that, and we'll have a wrap-up from here as well. And also after this game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report featuring the Capital Insurance Regional Insurance Agency play of the game, and our Hoffman Ford player of the game. But it has been a dynamite game here tonight. A war for first place between these two clubs, and I think if you're looking at Dallastown now, it sets them up well for the rest of the season here, and with the other teams they have to play, they've shown they can play with the best.
Yes, they have.
They didn't knock them off their throne tonight, but they certainly put a couple dents in it, put it that way. And that is it, 23-13, the final score here at Central tonight. And the Panthers win it by 10, but the Wildcats pushed them every step of the way in an outstanding football game. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our Capital Blue Cross post-game report right after this. 23-13, Central wins it. It's High School Sports Live to be on Fox 43.2.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
That's everything. Receipts in the bag.
Awesome. Say, how do you, budget?
Well, I have a spreadsheet that I update annually.
Okay.
And I round up on income and round down on expenses.
Well, that sounds backwards, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Income up, debt down. Looks good on paper.
Huh.
Keep your budget in shape with our personal finance tool. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
And welcome back to Central York High School. Central wins it here tonight, 23-13 in a grinder is what it was here this evening for the Panthers over Dallastown, both in first place here in the YAI Division I. The Panthers now drop to 2-4 overall, 2-1 in the division. Central goes to 3-0 in the division, 6-0 overall with the win here tonight. But it was much more than I think a lot of people thought it might be for Chapman.
Absolutely.
Just a great game here tonight when you watch these two teams get at it. Dallastown went up first, 3-0 early in the game. And then it was 7-3 as Central came back and answered a great pass to Preston Fink from Brooklyn Nace. Central comes back down, takes the lead 13-3. But once again, Dallastown fights back, gets it to 13-10. It was just that kind of game all night long, back and forth.
The grit and the competitive nature of Dallastown was almost enough to pull off a really big upset. But you got to credit the victors, Central York, for doing what they had to do, and having number 0 on your team is a big advantage.
Yeah, Jules Goff was absolutely unbelievable tonight. Just the grinding nature of what he had to do here this evening. This is your Capital Blue Cross post-game report. Let's take a look right now at our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. It was the first touchdown tonight for Central, and it was a good one. Great pass from Brooklyn Nace to Preston Fink. And it was not an easy catch for Fink. Take a look at this. It's his 3rd touchdown catch of the season, and he almost had it knocked away there, but hung on, took it into the end zone. And that puts Central up 7-3 after going down 3-0. Take a look at that from a different vantage point here. Nice catch by Fink, the wide receiver. He yanks it in, puts it away, and says, that's how I've been taught to do it. 7 points on the board for Central. Well, our player of the game tonight, our Hoffman Ford player of the game, 47 rushes tonight for 244 yards. We're talking about Mr. Goff, Jules Goff tonight, and take a look at the work he did all evening long.
For a lot of the game, he got the ball from his signal caller, but for part of the game to open that second half and that last drive, he got it right from the Wildcat, had 2 lead blockers along with a very good, solid offensive line, and Central York got the job done with Goff.
Just 1 touchdown tonight for Goff, and there you saw it, but it was a big touchdown. Goff 47 for 212 yards, not 244. So Goff gets in there for 212 yards tonight, but certainly his value throughout the whole second half was on display. Nace was 119 yards tonight, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the other side, Kisner, 10 for 30 tonight, 127 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. He was dynamic tonight, I thought, for that Dallastown team.
And a couple times, Nace used his feet very well. The touchdown that got called back due to the crackback block, but also a run earlier the quarter before to pick up a first down when he had to. He's not a big runner like you said, but when he had to, he did run with some success.
So 23-13, your final score tonight. Thanks to all our great crew for Invicta. Our next game coming up next Friday, and it's a big one. Wilson at Hempfield. That's going to be October 6th, and that's going to be a big game. I know we're going to have Travis Sparks in that night, along I think with Bill Chase will be doing the game that evening as well, and that will be at Hempfield High School. So a couple other big dogs here in District 3 getting at it next week. We're bringing them all your way right here on Fox 43. Thanks to Vinny tonight for all the work he did here for us. Thanks to Charlie Fortney. Thanks to our whole Invicta crew. And thanks to you and all the people here at Central High School tonight for watching. Again, your final score tonight, Central wins it 23-13 over the Dallastown Wildcats. For all of our crew, I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great evening, everyone.